Good morning, everyone. Today is day 15 of Sacramento Buddhist Church Ango, and we are going to chant Sanbutsuge. So please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. お元気偉人無国行善妙無用当社日月満日修行営業開始のんぺい有逆十目如来予言調整無臨小学大音コール実法開門精進三昧知恵徳無量修正慶右人大前年小仏法海愚人人の愚語外大無明欲ぬ生尊用無人の死死人徳無量空君広大知恵人妙光明意祖神道大仙願が差仏在所法可動生じ未不下脱不正上位会銀精進行税三昧知恵以上合成特物不行志願二切空空義左大安慶死有仏百千億万無量大小修行五弱用一切死と小仏不行愚道見性不逆非行五弱小仏世界部不可月無修説の光明師匠変死小国行税精進偉人難量量が差仏国土第一号宗奇妙道場超絶国行内音二無闘争がと愛民道達二歳実法来所 新年頂上意とが国下落安穏公文神妙税が心象本願の日力少々欲実法生存知恵無下上量子孫知が信行軽量心死食毒中画行精進人流系ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブ願意宿毒平等正祭同本菩提心往生安楽公ナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダーツナマンダー So we studied the intent of Master Tanlang quoting the 22nd vow under explications of the fulfillment of the adornments of the virtue, sustaining without any futility. And his intent was to prove that the bodhisattvas who have encountered the primal vow surpasses the ordinary bodhisattvas who walk the ordinary bodhisattva stages. But it was difficult to see his intent of indicating the aspect of our returning to this world through quoting the 22nd vow. And now we are going to study the section called Sangan Tekisho, which discusses other power of Amida Buddha. And Master Tanlang proved this with quoting the 3 vows from the Raja Sutra. But let me try to explain what Master Tanlang is discussing under this section. So in Treatise on the Pure Land by Bodhisattva Vasubandhu, it said, by performing the practices of the 5 gates in this way, the bodhisattvas accomplish both self-benefit and benefiting others, and thus they swiftly attain the supreme perfect enlightenment. The 5 gates refers to the 5 gates of the mindfulness, and they are worship, praise, aspiration, contemplation, and directing virtue. The treatise discusses the practice of these 5 gates of mindfulness. And the passage on this slide is from the conclusion of the treatise. So by performing the practices of the 5 gates in this way refers to the entire treatise. And now it said, swiftly attain the supreme perfect enlightenment. And Master Tana explains that this is the attainment of Buddhahood. And then he asks a question. Question, what is the reason for saying that bodhisattvas swiftly realize anuttara samyak sambodhi? It means supreme perfect enlightenment. And then Master Tanlan discusses that it is because of other power of Amida Buddha. And he said, if it were not for the Buddha's power, the 48 vows would have made in vain. And he quotes the 18th vow to prove that the cause of our attainment of birth is accomplished through the 18th vow. We abide in the stage of the truly settled through the 11th vow. And finally, he quotes the 22nd vow to prove how the bodhisattvas quickly surpass the ordinary bodhisattva path. So Master Tana is saying that the bodhisattvas who entered the stage of the truly settled and the stage of non-retrogression through the 11th vow unfailingly walk the path to attain enlightenment through the working of the 22nd vow. So this is the intent of Master Tanlan quoting the 22nd vow passage in this section of the 3 relevant vows. And again, it is difficult to see Master Tanlan's intention on quoting this passage to prove that this 22nd vow is the vow indicating us the Amida's directing virtue for our returning to this world. But, thinking about where this section is placed in his commentary, this section is placed right after the explication on the 5th gate of emergence as the directing of virtue, which is the gate of enter and sport about in the gardens of birth and death and the forest of blind passions. So we could say that Master Tanlan quoted the 22nd vow in this section, considering this vow is the vow of Amida's virtue for our return to this world. The reason is that when we look into the 48 vows, the vow which discuss the entering and sporting about in the gardens of birth and death and the forest of blind passion is only this 22nd vow. But since Master Tanlan never defined the name of the 22nd vow, this is just an assumption. And Shinran Shonin focused on the word benefiting others. Master Tanlan said that this term only applies to the Buddha's working. And birth in the Pure Land, practices performed in the Pure Land, all dependent on the power of the primal vow of Amida Buddha. So in the treatise and the commentary, it sounded like the practices of the 5 gates of mindfulness are the practice of the bodhisattvas. But it is actually the practice of the bodhisattva dharmakara. This is how Shinran Shonin understood. This leads us to the discussion of Shinran Shonin's intent, quoting the commentary in chapter on realization of Kyogyo Shinsho. So we will study this tomorrow. And I hope today's explanation helped. And in closing, please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. So this concludes today's morning service, and I hope you will have a wonderful day today, and I hope to see you tomorrow morning. So thank you for attending today's service.